What's up? Welcome to WSOP day number 1. Just got in from the airport and I met this guy who is meeting me here from Austin. Jess,
hello.
What's going on, dude? Yeah. Jess is in the house. We got half the brain trust in the building. And anyway, I got to tell you this story really quick and then we're getting to the table. So I'm going through security and I am standing in line. I'm maybe like 20 people back and I look at this lady who's in the, what is it, the show me how you do it machine where you put your arms up. And she has half of a toilet seat cover hanging out of the back of her pants, and nobody is saying anything. And I'm laughing to myself because I can't believe that no one is saying anything. They're even like wanding this woman, but no one will acknowledge there's a toilet seat cover hanging out the back of her pants. And then I finish getting through security and a message comes over.
If you see something, say something.
And I thought, tons of people saw that. Nobody said anything. That message needed to come out like 2 minutes earlier. That poor woman. I don't know how long she walked around with it. Hopefully somebody told her. All right, Jess might chill out for a little bit. I'm gonna go get to the tables. I very rarely get to be a degenerate. This is one of those weekends. Oh, and before we get out of here, I gotta say, so today, day 1 of the series, and if you watch the markets, you know that if you know this channel, you know that we invest our winnings in the stock market. And I told you a while back, watch silver, it's about to explode. It's broken out. It was up another $2 today. Silver's on a tear. I hope you got into that trade with me. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get to the tables. Well, we take our seat at Bellagio 2.5, which plays a little bit smaller. It's capped at only $500, so it's a little smaller than what I'm used to, but that said, we got plenty of chips to work with, and we have pocket jacks. There's an open from middle position, my opponent straight across for $15, and then it folds around to me. I make it 50, he makes the call. The flop is 10-9-7. When he checks it over to me, I debate making the bet. I do have the overpair plus the gut shot. The problem is this board's gonna hit my opponent fairly well. He's gonna have quite a bit of connection, and I'm blocking the straight draw by holding jacks. So if he has it, he's gonna have a lot more 2 pairs, sets, and things that I just don't wanna go 3 streets with. For that reason, I decided to take a street off and check and see what he does on the turn. The turn is a deuce, and now he leads for $45. Under rep my hand, I still have the gut shot at the overpair. There's no way I'm getting away here. I go ahead and make the call. On the river, he leads again on a blank 4 for $165. This is a really big bet. It's saying that he has value, and unfortunately, I am blocking all the draws that he can represent. That, like if he had Jack Queen here, and he had the 2 overcards plus the gut shot, then it makes sense for him to be making this move as a bluff. However, because I'm blocking those combinations, it's more likely he's gonna have value. I end up making a reluctant fold, but he tells me that he did have a set of 9s on this board. Not too long later, we have pocket jacks again. Small blind, and guess what? Our opponent is the same dude. So we got some deja vu happening here. He opens to 15, button calls 15. We've got jacks. We're gonna bump this one up. I make it $65. He makes the call. We go to the flop, which is king 7-4. I end up making a range bet here because I'm gonna hold a lot of the kings. If he doesn't have a king, he's probably done with his hand and we're taking down the pot. So I bet $50 into this pot, and he ends up releasing the hand after not very long. Then announces he had the same hand as last time, at which point I say, I had the same hand as last time. And we ended up talking about it afterwards. Pocket 9s both times, and pocket jacks both times. This one just works out. We end up basically breaking even on these 2 hands. All right, and now, the most interesting hand of the night. Early position makes a 20. There's a call in middle position, the button calls. I have ace-king offsuit. I'm gonna bump this one up to $100. I think I can take this down fairly often. There's dead money in the pot, and if not, I have good premium cards. I get a snap call from the big blind, which was very surprising. I didn't expect him to come in cold, and then the early position original raiser ends up making the call as well. We got 340 in the pot, and we go to a flop of 5-5-7. Now nobody should really have 5-5-7, any connection with this. Maybe pocket 7s are in there, unlikely for $100, but I would say nobody should have the 5. And for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and lead out with a bet. Now I debated just jamming, but I think I wouldn't do that if I had aces or kings, so I want to tell that story. I bet a third of the pot for 110, which sets up the jam on the turn. And now my opponent to my left, who's been fairly active, decides he's gonna raise. I'm like, okay, shoot. This is not great, but I'm basically ready to go with this thing because even though he's raising me and telling me that he has a strong hand here, he's been fairly active. He can have something like ace, king, ace, queen, and so I could be chopping. I could possibly be ahead, but I think more than likely I'm gonna be drawing to try to beat a pocket pair. And I have the 24% equity based on what the pot is here that I can make the call, and it's basically a break-even play. So let's toss in some chips, see what happens. We came to Vegas not to sit here and fold like a super nit. Here's the run out. So the board ends up pairing. We get another 5 and another 7, and my opponent turns up pocket 6s. We were where we thought we were, and we get bailed out by the board. We end up playing the board and shopping because the 7's counterfeit the 6, and my ace king is as good as his pocket 6s. We scoop half a pot. I will take it. That's a fine result. We actually profited on this hand. Then we went unbelievably card dead. Time to play Bellagio. Played about 4 hours. Right now it's about 10 o'clock at night. Traveled this morning, was up at 5:30 just because I couldn't sleep, and feeling the sleeplessness catching up to me. Gonna do some editing so I can get this episode out to you. So I played about 4 hours at Bellagio, down 420. Well, day number 1 is in the books. Day number 2 is coming at you. I wake up in the morning and we're going to jiu-jitsu with Rob from Rob Rolls. That's gonna be fun. We get to do some battle in the morning to start the day, and then we're back at the card table, hopefully for some better variance. We got to win some hands, man. We got to have some showdown value, scoop some pots. Goodness. All right. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this and you're up for helping the channel out, like it and sub it below. I'll see you for the next one.